I first became interested in quilting when I saw the fabulous G-Spend exhibit. As an artist, I wanted to explore and combine quilting and fabrics with my paintings. When I was a little girl, my mother gave me her scraps of fabric and I made collage from them. But first, I wanted to learn some of the more traditional quilting, such as log cabin, friendship star, circles, crazy quilts. Here's the log cabin. I did this with old jeans, and the red is denim, and I embellished it with turquoise and beads. At that time I decided only to use old fabric, or any fabric I could beg, borrow, or steal. The friendship star, yes, I embellished that, as you can see, with shells and beads, and I recognized my old blouse and some jeans. The circles. I loved learning how to do that. It was winter and I needed some flowers. This is called the garden. My uncrazy quilt. This is done completely by hand, and I did this while I was traveling 8,000 miles all across the country. I would stop at rest areas and sew. When I returned, I did a number of paintings based on that journey. And as you can see, they're influenced by this quilt. This quilt is called the Butterfly. I loved working on this quilt. It was an adventure. First of all, I love working with black and white. Most of it was done by hand. And it inspired me so much that I did a painting. Several paintings, and this one is called High Heels. Earth Mother is completely hand sewn, and as you can see, I have animals, trees, flowers, birds, fish, and shark's teeth. When I visit my son and his family in Florida, we go on the beach and hunt for shark's teeth. I was away for a month this summer and I took some small canvases with me. I started these faces combining the paint and the fabric. I've always painted faces. You know, through the centuries when women were not allowed in art school, they did know how to sew and they created many art forms. And I think one of the most exciting is quilting, the art of quilting. Today's art quilters have come a long way. These contemporary artists have inspired me and they produce such magnificent work, fine art. These next three pieces are my most recent works. This one is called Conversation, again using masks and faces. This one is called Tropical. And on both of them, I use fabric, acrylic, of course thread, and rope as embellishments. This, the third in the series, is called Beginning. A quilter's dilemma. What do you do with all the scraps? We just can't throw them out. Well, I do a project called The Hearts of the World, and I decided to just use all the little scraps and turn them into hearts. I fused the scraps onto felt, and then I did free motion quilting. If you want to discover more about the art of quilting, try some of the websites, thequiltshow.com, quiltingarts.com, and one of my favorite artists is KatiePM.com. Katie Paschini Masupust. She's one of my favorite artists and I know you'll enjoy her work.